ExcelR. We don't just train, we build careers.
Hello everyone. Now we are going to add some custom visuals which are over and above those visuals which were already present in our Power BI. So let's go ahead and explore the same. Now for this purpose I will click on these dots and I will click on get more visuals. So here is trying to load the visuals. You can see that we have a variety of visuals to choose from. We have plenty of visuals which we can utilize in our chart, so in our dashboard. So let's go ahead and explore some of them. The very first one I would like to show is the advanced donut chart. As you can see, advanced donut and pie chart. So you can see some visual in this manner, and in order to add this visual to your Power BI desktop, you can click on add. So once you click on add, that visual will be loaded and it will display here at the bottom. So here my pie chart is imported. Now when I click on that advanced donut and pie chart, you can see that we can have a category here. So we will be adding the country category. I am also adding the segment category, and then I am adding the sales. Now here we can add some custom level sorting. So if at all I add the custom level sorting, we can add this by country. So I want to show the sales by country and also by segment. So I want to add the color by segment. Let's move this chart a bit to the right and expand this a little bit. Now here in the series pie, the format style has to be based on the field value. Let's click on OK. So here I am adding sales, the value, and there you go. So as you can see that it is showing me country, and country wise within each country it is showing me every segment. So it's like a drill down, and if we want we can remove the segment from here. So right now it is showing me the simple pie chart wherein each and every value is represented in a slightly different manner. As you can see that it is showing the value in the same order or in the same alignment as the pie. So this is how we can create the advanced pie chart. We can also add a few more details here. So maybe what we can do is, so I want to add a level. Suppose I add the country A to Z. So you can see that we can also arrange this data in the alphabetical order or maybe the reverse alphabetical order based on numbers, that is low to high or high to low. Also we have some custom list based on the day of the week, the quarter as well as the month. So many options are available to us over here. Let's add the date. So I will add another level. This time I will be adding segment. I want the data in A to Z order and click on OK. Now we can see that the countries are arranged in the alphabetical order, and I can quickly just drill through the data. So let me also show numbers low to high. So in segment I want to show the numbers from low to high, and that's exactly what it is trying to show me. So this is my custom pie chart. So in the advanced pie chart we have the liberty to arrange our data in the alphabetical order or from high value to low value, and we can also add multi-levels. Now in this second page I am adding a different visual. Once again I will click on get more visuals. So we have this tree, we can add the tree as well. When I add this tree, so let's add the tree. Now here we have to use a parent ID. So let's say we take the parent ID as country, and other fields will be added here. So let us add the product and let's add sales. So as you can see that it has just tried to bifurcate the sales data based on the country and product. So when I try to hover on this data, I would be able to see the information. So this is the root level and it is trying to show me all the values. Now let's also add labels. So I will go to the format visual and add the labels. Yeah, so here I can change the orientation. I can make it vertical orientation or I can even make it horizontal orientation. Here we can also change the shape to circle to rectangle or a square. So root node here is defined as the root node. We can even change this value and this way we are able to represent our tree map. Now what we can also add in here, so let's try to add something like a date. I want to add year first. So as you can see that from root node it is now expanding into quarters. Next I would like to expand it to month or I can even expand it to day. So ID cannot accept more than one data. So in that case we can only put one single value. Now I can add country here. So country wise and day wise I am trying to see the data. So this is how we are able to make use of the tree. Let's add another visual. So here we also have a scroller and we have scroller. So we'll click on scroller. Now scroller is typically used in a scenario where you would like to show a percentage change in a certain measure. So for now I will add this scroller and on this scroller let us try to add a categorical data. So here I will be adding the country data and profit. So this is the profit. Now you can see that for each country it will just scroll through the the profit of each and every country. So for every country we are able to see the profit value and that is being scrolled towards the right hand side. So if I want to add a percentage increase or decrease, I will also have to add something called as a DAX measure and thereby show the symbols which will be able to represent an increase or decrease. So this particular visual can be merged with the DAX command and we are able to make a better usage of that. Instead of country, I can also add some other visual like or some other data like segment. Suppose if I add segment, it will show segment wise details. So now what I would like to add is another measure here so that it is able to show the increase or decrease in both of these measures. So as you can see that when we added the sales, it's just showing me the sales segment wise on the scroller. But when I also add the profit on the measure deviation, we will be able to see that if the profit value is a positive value, it shows an up arrow, and in the enterprise you will notice a down arrow because there is a negative profit. So it will show me the up arrow and down arrow based on whether there is a positive value for profit or a negative value for profit. So that is our usage for the scroller. Apart from this, you can also add DAX measures and you can show the percentage increase or decrease month wise or you can say maybe quarter wise. So you can also check that here. So what I am going to do is I will remove the segment for now and rather I will add month. So it's trying to show me the sales for January and also the profit value if it's positive or negative. February is also positive. In March we can see again a positive value. April is also positive. So we are able to see all the months one by one and whether we have made a profit or loss. We'll go to another visual. So I'll click on get more visuals once again. So let's add a box and whisker. So when we add box and whisker, we shall be able to see the data box plot, and that will help us to understand whether the data is skewed or it has any outlier information. So I will be adding this box plot. Yes, so this is the box plot. I will be adding that. Now this has been added. We can click on the box and whisker And in the box and whisker, typically what we add is a measure, but here I have an axis. So on the axis, if I add sales and axis category 1, let's say we take as segment, and axis category 2, and sales will go into the values, we will take it that way, and axis category 2 can be taken, rather let's take a date hierarchy. So let's take year first, and let us also take month. So now what we are able to see is box and whisker plots for each and every year and the respective months. So depending upon where exactly the value falls, we are able to see the total data. So now we can also go ahead, and instead of the summation of sales, so if I see the count, this is the count of the data, and if I want to see summation or average, this is based on the average. So wherever we can see the value intersecting with the average of sales, that is the value of the sales, and we are able to see each and every value in this manner. That's because at this point of time you can see that the values are very limited. So that is the reason why we are not able to see a proper box and whisker. But if I try to remove the year as well as I remove the month, so here I am trying to show the profit, and this is what is my box and whisker. So we are able to see the median value here, we are able to see all the outliers which are here just immediately below my upper limit. So everywhere whenever I click on any point, it is going to tell me what is the sale value and what is the corresponding profit value. So this is the box and whisker plot, and given that the lowest value possible is a little below 0 for the profit value, the profit value can be negative as well. That is the reason why we are able to see the box plot going downward. So this is the box and whisker plot that we have added. So let's add one more visual out here. So now I would like to also show you what's a sunburst. Let's see a sunburst. Yes, so that's a sunburst. I'll add the sunburst. The sunburst is also a variant of the pie chart, but the difference is that it will try to show multiple measures and categories in one single pie chart. So this is also like a breakdown that we are trying to do on the data. So I would like to show country, and under each country I would like to show quarter wise data, and what I am trying to show this as a value is sales. So you can clearly see that each of my country is displayed by a different color, and correspondingly it is also broken down by the sale of quarter. I can also add another level to this like month. So it will split the data into months. So this is supposed to be my sunburst chart. So it's definitely like a pie chart, but the difference is that it is going to split the data in a ring form. Let's try to explore some more visuals. So here, this is the word cloud. So I'll add the word cloud, and let's see how the data is getting represented. So word cloud is typically seen outside of some music shops or libraries, which are able to show some of the important words which are being used in that particular industry, and it shows it in a different format and maybe different shapes. Like you saw here that it was showing the words in the form of a bird shape. So let's try to see the word cloud, how it shows the data here. So I'm just going to expand the word cloud, and here I would like to add the category as product. Let's add product category. You can see that all the words of the product category are displayed. Now I want to show the measure. So I want to show the words sized based on the sales value. So as you can see, it is showing me the sales by product, and Passio seems to be having the highest sales. That's the reason why that is showing as the largest word. If I happen to remove this product and segment, we can also add month. So month wise I am able to see the values, and if I add sales here in the measure, it will show me which month has got the highest sales and which month has got the lowest sales based on the size of the text. I will add more visuals. So what we can add next is packed bubbles. Let's add the packed bubbles. So in the packed bubbles, we shall be able to see circles which are representing the values. So if I just happen to add another data set here, so maybe I should add another data, our sample superstore data, so that we get more variety. And here I am adding the packed bubbles. Yes, so first I will load this data set. I am adding the packed bubbles on my visual, and this time in my packed bubbles I will use the orders data, and in orders data I can add the subcategory on my category, and then I can add sales as a value. So it's going to represent all the categories in the form of bubbles, as you can see here. So there are totally 5 categories that it is trying to show me, and each of them with the help of its sale. So the larger the bubble size, the larger the sale value. Also, if I remove the subcategory and instead if I put the city, it's trying to show me the top 5 cities with the help of the sale value. Now I can even modify that. So currently it is showing me only the top 5 sales or top 5 profit. So I can change that as well. Chart options. As you can see, maximum number of bubbles that it is showing is 5. I can set this to 15, and now it is showing me 15 different cities. So this can be changed, and now when I go back to my visual, let me remove city and put the subcategory. It will be able to show me at least 15 subcategories on the visual. So that is the packed bubbles.